But as the year goes on, we're hopefully seeing that increase staying at that kind of top end level.
Phil, welcome. Thanks for joining us for our market update video. We want to recap a little bit on how the start of the year's gone. So for January 2025, what's the buyer activity been like? Number of properties coming on the market, and how that balance plays out with house prices and things like that.
So yeah, absolutely. 2025 started off really, really well. We finished top selling agent across all three areas, so St Ives, Chatteris and March. Buyer level and activity levels have got stronger. There seems to be plenty of buyers registering on mailing lists, which is what we need. Applicant registration has been high. Viewing numbers have improved and increased, which has also then resulted in more offers coming in, which ultimately then leads to more sales. On the listing side of things, more stock availability, more listings have come to market, and some really good homes, which has resulted to more choice. Through more choice does come competitive nature, so pricing is still needing to be as accurate as possible.
So top selling agent in January 2025,
Yes.
Which is a fantastic achievement. We'll pop those figures just on screen so people can see those. We can't show the other agents who they are, but you'll be able to see that some perform better than others, as you can imagine. When I met with Matt last month, we also talked about being the top selling agent in 2024. Why is it important? Why are we telling people this? It's not just to kind of boast about it. We feel that there's a reason people need to know who's performing well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, behind the scenes, we have access to lots of data, which can result in us having a better understanding who are key performers and top performers versus those that aren't. As a home seller and the public aren't aware of that. So, there is an element of duty of care for us to be able to display that, help that home seller make a formed decision of who the best performing agent could potentially be, which ultimately is going to then lead to them hopefully selling. And that's our job as an agent. We want to help people move.
Absolutely. The figures that we discussed last month were it's between about a 50% chance of selling in 2024. It was a difficult market. Now, some agents obviously performed worse than that. I imagine people want to avoid those agents, and then others performed far better, such as ourselves. I think the other thing is it's not just about choosing which agent you go with to start with. There are people who have perhaps gone with an agent, haven't got the results that they wanted. They might be feeling a bit disheartened, and I want them to know that actually choosing another agent can make a dramatic difference if they've got the right tools, the right team and the right approach to marketing the property.
Absolutely.
So a positive start to the year.
Yes.
In terms of house prices, we've just had figures out from the Rightmove House Price Index, which gives us a view on asking prices within the area. Now that goes as detailed down as the east of England, so we don't quite get St Ives, Chatteris and March. They've said around a 1.5% increase in asking prices in January. I know they came down a little bit in December. How does that fit with what you're seeing? Does that sound about right for our areas?
Yeah, it does. I mean, typically house prices do dip a little bit towards the end of the year where people are trying to encourage more buyer activity, which again, it makes perfect sense in that regard. I think what we're finding now, probably more so across our core areas, is that buyer activity is improving. So with higher levels of demand, it gives an opportunity for a home seller to kind of really push that asking price. It doesn't necessarily result in a higher sale price being achieved, but as the year goes on, we're hopefully seeing that increase staying at that kind of top end level.
Great. So if someone's thinking about moving or wants to know the value of their property, what is their next step?
To contact your local Ellis Winters branch, we offer free no obligation valuations, and as a listing agent, we're there to help give guidance, recommendations and advice.
Great. Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.